Good morning. It's Harvey Jackson. Just going to get through a couple of the things that sparked the market yesterday. Pro Farmer puts the 188 bushels per acre corn in question, and possibly even soybeans as well. EPA ruling expected helps soy oil. So big crops get smaller is not usually the saying, but and the EPA, as you can see here, it's actually talking about the biofuel waivers that have been existing for I'm going to say it's we're going back numbers and numbers of years, and I think going back to almost the previous Trump administration, and there's some rulings going on there. I think as it stands, I think the latest I've seen, maybe even beyond this article, that, like there's 208 waivers that is actually getting presented to get waived now. Now, is it going to make all refiners except for the bigger ones exempt? Well, then why don't they just put in some sort of ruling to just say that there's a inclusion or a fine and done, right? Anyway, Saskatchewan Premier, I've seen this for a couple of days already. As I was traveling to Saskatchewan, in the news in Saskatchewan, I was talking about Scott Moe making a trip over to China, and I'm going to say at least there's good signs that there's actually some politicians that actually care what goes on in their provinces rather than just getting dictated by the federal government. And yeah, you can probably know what I'm thinking here. There's two to the west of where I live that actually care. Uh, Niche wheat market rebooted legacy contracts fends off new offerings. So all this is talking about the movement of the what was the Minneapolis Grain Exchange to the Miami, and Miami is still holding all the cards and all the support so far. Chicago is struggling and it doesn't seem to be getting off the ground. Brazil agencies are fighting, and so there's a little bit of the uh, uh, whether the deforestation is actually going to continue and like it's for survival of a lot of these farms, but there's the buyer and the government and everybody's fighting, and ultimately you basically exclude yourself from any European market with this whole deforestation stuff. So this is the pro farmer differential from the corn yield, and all it is saying you would be subtracting from the corn yield and adding to the corn yield based on. So there's a lot more you would have to add to the corn yield, like you would have to add, and these are not the major states that produce the most corn. So it definitely puts the corn, and what this means is adding to get to the 188 bushels per acre. So it's definitely put it in question. So let's a quick look at the weather, and I'm going to just maybe spend a little wee bit of time just on temperatures. And so here is in the US, so you're going to see this cool down this next week. But what I want to concentrate on is maybe just this cool down in the next few days for us, and then the warming that we're going to see, after that. So the 0 to 5 shows that the southern prairies could maybe get some frost or be close to it. And then beyond the 5, we start to heat up. And then in the 10 to 15. So hopefully this is going to give us a chance to get a little bit of that harvest done and get some crop in. So this is just a quick visual. Now, what it does is actually show the low temperatures. So you just have to be careful. Like you see here, we got fives and sixes, then warms up, and then we get back down to fives and fours. We just those are the temperatures you're going to worry about of the cool down. But then after you see that, it flashes on the highs at night and highs during the day. But we're in the 30s in the most part in some of this going into next week and the week after even. So that's a good sign. So let's just quick look at the canola. We had a good update there yesterday, and then we're just off a little bit here today. Your rapeseed is down as well. Your soybean oil is basically unchanged. Crude oil is unchanged as well. Soybeans are still trading up a little bit, and the wheats are on both sides of up or 1 penny up and flat kind of a market. The Canadian dollar is still down as well. So there's just a quick look at this. That nice candle that we got yesterday got above the short-term moving averages, and we're just trading a little wee bit down here now. But we'll see if it actually will continue here because you're going to have to get above that 61.8 retracement value, and that's basically at 664, I think, value, and that's going to be a little bit of a tough move to get there, but we'll see if we can get through there. Everybody wants higher prices, I know that. Uh, Here's your European rapeseed. It's actually looking like it's got a little bit of a upward momentum here, and your differential has pulled off. a bit because the canola has actually rallied and the European rapeseed hasn't rallied in the same extent. Soy oil futures, that long candle, that's the one that's increased by, I think it's like 2.4%. And now we're just trading right at those moving averages. Next move would probably put us into this kind of range here as well. We'll have to see if that EPA announcement does come out after the close. Soybeans, this pennant flag formation. It's either one, or it's either it definitely looks like it's got a bull move at the moment. So now we just have to keep those exports going from the U.S. and keep this momentum going, and maybe get some more confirmations of size of the crop as well. Soybean meal basically just made a double top here. We'll see if that breaks out as well, or maybe follow soybeans as well. Uh, and crude palm oil, basically a follower, trying to come back up to the highs that it made earlier on this week. Crude palm oil, or crude oil, actually just went down a little wee bit here. The Canadian dollar, it definitely looks like it's in a slide going down here. U.S. dollar is actually on its way up, and the meeting in Jackson Hole might actually spur on more strength to the dollar, depending on what kind of discussions, and it's decreasing the likelihood of a rate decrease as time goes on here with the economic news coming out from the U.S. Here's your Minneapolis wheat. We do have some positive there, but I'm still like to get higher than the $6 kind of range before I would get excited about getting into this. Your Kansas wheat does have a couple of positive days, and then today's negative. Same thing with the Chicago. And here's your milling wheat, and it's already found some demand, and it's still falling down. Corn futures, this is the one that looks like we can maybe get back into some of these higher ranges. I would say 418 would be the next level, and then we would have to get above this trend line here as well. So you'd be looking for definitely looking at pricing above these values. You probably have to get above that one there too, that previous high that we had. Live cattle futures, I just pushed back the view so that we can see multi years, and that is a fantastic chart. I don't know if it's going to end yet, but when it does, it's going to probably go all the way back down to some values like that at some point. And that's all I have for you today.